I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney.
We're exploring our past
Looking forward to our future.
and living for the present
Oh,
while learning
how to live.
magic. Hello.
Hey,
As you can hear, we have a special guest.
a canine guest.
Yes.
I hope he knows how to use words.
No.
Today, we have a special guest. It's Kristin.
Hello.
And hello, hello. She has been a longtime listener of the pod. I know that she and I connected, I would say years ago now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it had to have been because I posted my pictures from my bachelorette in like a white bathing suit. And she was like, I too am going to have a bachelorette and be a bride and would like a bathing suit that's white. Where'd you get it? And that's how we connected. But I think she's going to tell us. I think she followed Shelby probably before that and then found the
I
pod.
did.
And yeah, amazing. Um, Here's your little intro, Kristin.
Hooray.
Kristin has been a long time listener of the pod.
My God,
She
you
went
were like,
all in
you're
on
like,
her
"Jeez,
dreams.
hold on. I wasn't planned for, I wasn't expecting all of this. You're Jason Kelsey right now, and I'm loving it. Go on.
Yeah, I'm fully. Yeah, I want to do like the.
I
I'm
love
try, I would. Is there any higher honor in life than to be Jason Kelsey?
I don't think so.
was just caught off guard here. You're crushing. Okay.
You can be the human exclamation point, which is like a great compliment,
That is,
and I'll be the nation's greatest hype man.
which you are. You truly are.
Mhm.
Also, I could like shotgun a beer with the best of them, so like fit right in.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Just saying.
Now, I'm
We're
ready.
gonna do it again. Ready?
Action.
Action. Okay. Kristin has been a long time listener of the pod. She went all in on her dreams when she took a leap of faith to relocate to Orlando, Florida to pursue her passion. And I'm so proud of her that I'm going to tear up. Anyway, she's here to tell us how big risks come with big rewards.
Yes, they
Kristin,
do. Yes.
tell us all about yourself.
Okay. I've been following Shelby for a very long time, since the Cafe 47. I
Yes.
still every t-shirt I've ever purchased, I still wear them to the parks. And then I followed you around my wedding. I had started listening or following both of you for, I don't know why. You popped up on Shelby's page and I was like, I'm going to follow this person too.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I think that's how the internet works.
Yes.
And the whole I love that you guys met through the internet. And I think we all grew up in a time where the internet was evil and don't talk to strangers on the internet. And now that's how I've made a lot of friends.
Yes.
Go figure. And then I reached out about the bathing suit because I was getting married down in Florida. Had a Discovery Cove wedding. For anybody who hasn't been there, highly suggest it. It's basically like going to the Bahamas without leaving the continental US. All-inclusive day resort, dolphins, coral reefs, otters to play with. They
So
have little teeny
cool.
tiny monkeys. It's pricey, but they have a great Black Friday sale. So it's like half off for Black Friday, and that's coming up. Merry
Yes.
Christmas to you, yourself, and your family. They should sponsor me, actually, at this point.
Yes.
But got married there. And then after the wedding and all that stuff, we had done Disney. I was talking with my husband and we decided to take a leap on my dreams, especially to move down to Florida so I could actually start working as a dolphin trainer.
As a what?
A dolphin trainer.
A what?
A dolphin trainer.
It is unbelievable to me. That is like the job I wrote down in my journal every day of my life as a child. I even went to SeaWorld before I graduated and I called a professor of mine and her husband was like the career advisor at Penn State. And I was like, this is my dream. I'm doing it. I'm going to be a dolphin trainer, whatever. Right before they came to my wedding. Before the wedding, I took them to SeaWorld again, and I was like, this is going to be me. Now it's you. I'm living vicariously through you 100%. Yes.
I can't wait to get into that and to know more about how that even, like, how you even dream that up to, from start to finish.
Yeah.
Um, Remind me, because I think I'm right, and I'm gonna look real dumb if I'm not. But, like, you got married. Didn't you, like, attend in some capacity, and did you hire Casey?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I'm just putting this all
Yes.
together.
And
It was I'm gonna say it was a week-long wedding, because we were destination. I'm from New Jersey originally, so we flew down with my basically entire family, my husband's family, came down to Florida, and we had a welcome party at Splitsville. So
I
Casey
was
came and
there.
took yeah, Casey came and took pictures at Splitsville. Courtney saved the day because one of my shadow boxes for my husband's father, we had seats at the wedding for each of them because his father and my mother have passed away. So in shipment, my shadow box was fine, and I go to bring them out, and his was
Is
shattered.
ugh.
And I had Michael's DoorDash to Discovery Cove so that I could remake the shadow box the night before the wedding. But Courtney used her silhouette so that she could cut out a stencil for me so I could remake it.
Amazing.
Crafters
So,
unite.
yes, I live for crafting.
Yes.
So that was fun the night before. I had to be up at, I don't know how early you had to get ready for your wedding, Shelby, but I was up at 2 or 3 a.m.
No, I was not. I was definitely not. But we were on,
Shelby's
like, a different time zone.
your wedding was, like, super chill from start to finish, Shel.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I mean, it was Vegas, and so people were, like, living their best lives at the casinos and stuff, but, I mean, you, like, arranged for a spray tanner to come to the hotel so we could
That
just, like,
sounds lovely.
rotate through. Yeah, it was the whole thing was it was great. 10 out
I
of
had
10.
my cousin maid of honor dumped water on one of my bride's men because he wouldn't wake up. So
Well,
she took a coffee pot and poured it on his head.
And
you'll have that.
He did.
he woke up.
uh he had I think 30 minutes, but like he's a man. So like men just I don't know, put the suit on and walk out the door.
It is true. It is very
Amen.
true.
Unfair.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. Oh, great. But Casey's, like, incredible, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She did our we called she had done like a honeymoon shoot for somebody on a cruise at one point. And so I talked to her about that because my thing was so weird. So she came, took like pre-wedding pictures. Discovery Cove had a photographer, so I couldn't bring one in. And then because I would have done just a whole thing with her.
Right.
And honestly, she would have had the best photo because I love Discovery Cove. Their pictures were great, but the people are definitely like very stagey photo people, like Dolphin's pose, this, that, and the other thing. And we were walking back from like taking portrait pictures, and they have a flamingo mingle. So these flamingos walk through the park. And my dress was really sparkly. So a flamingo's walking by and stops and like stares at my dress and turns its head sideways. And I was like, please don't stab me in the stomach. But it would have been a really funny picture of this flamingo. And I was like, Casey would have gotten that because the photographer didn't.
Either way, you have to share some
Yes.
wedding photos in the Facebook group so everybody can, like, see this, especially me, because I am just yeah, I need to all of this. Alright, so before we get into your dreams and how this came about, we are
Hmm.
technically a Disney lover podcast, so we have some Disney lightning round. Quick, bada boom, let's get to know you on a Disney level
Got it.
friends, okay? Courtney, you wanna start?
I'm gonna start, and you have to go from the gut. These are no
Oh,
thinking, only
okay.
answer questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ready?
Mhm.
Character dining or signature dining?
Signature dining.
Correct.
This is
Rope drop or fireworks?
I like fireworks.
correct. This is also a test. If you don't pass, you don't get to the part where you tell us about your hopes and dreams. So, so far so good. Um, Plan in advance or wing it?
Can I walk the line? I used to plan in advance, and now that I live here, I wing it.
Okay,
Correct.
that's a fair answer, that's a fair answer, yeah. Well, I guess this kinda goes well, Park hopping or just like one park?
For one park.
Even before you lived there.
Depending on length of trip. So if it was only like 2 days, I would hop at least one of the days, but I would usually it was Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and then one of the other 2, depending on
That checks out.
who
Yeah.
I was there with.
Yeah.
Favorite festival at Epcot?
Arts.
Correct.
Okay. You have to rank the parks: Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Animal Kingdom. Go.
Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal, Hollywood.
That surprises me about you because you're an
Woo!
animal person.
Yes, but as a child, I hated Epcot, and then as I got older, I don't even drink, but I just love the vibes. Um, Put me on 3 caballeros and, like, let me put my feet up and just float through. It's wonderful, and then I sing the song all day. But, like, it's just the Magic Kingdom and Epcot are just nice parks to walk around. And I will do Animal Kingdom on a solo day all the time.
Are we not
Same.
a rider?
I used to be, and now I get motion sick. So I'll do a roller coaster. I went to ride something I was on Cosmic Rewind the other day. Fun fact for anybody who does get sick but can still ride it, because I usually do, if you take the front part of your cart, way better than the back.
Interesting. Yeah, probably
I
because you can
believe
see where you're going.
Not even because I could see, but the back whips you a lot
Yeah.
more. And I had only
Oh,
ever sat in the front and I never had a problem. And then you feel like you're going faster in that back half. So
like
never doing that again.
interesting. Okay, good to know. Also, did I know that you were motion sick? Because we did that whole
I've
SeaWorld day.
I probably mentioned, but we didn't go on anything that
You're
SeaWorld day.
correct. But I just thought that was for
But
me.
if you do you could do Expedition Odyssey.
Yeah, you gotta tell what
If you
is
do Soarin'.
tell the people at home what Expedition Odyssey is.
It's basically Soarin', but in the Arctic. So it's all sea animals and stuff. You technically go underwater, but you don't actually go underwater. They spray you with water, which is kind of fun. So it's one of those types of things, and people complain about the video quality, but I do know SeaWorld went out and got all of the videos. So none of it is CGI or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's all videos
Real.
that they were able to take.
That's very cool.
It's
Yeah.
very relaxing. I went on it with my family last week twice, and the first time we had a group, very loud group that was screaming like it was the most terrifying thing in the world, and I was like, "I usually could take a nap on here, so I don't know what's wrong with you." And the next time we went on, it was nice and quiet. You could hear the peaceful music.
It's like a chill, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I was just like, "Okay."
got it.
That's so cool.
Courtney,
Okay,
you're
my last question is resort you would stay at if money was no object.
Oh my, I wanna stay at all of them at some point, but beach club. If we're talking like a week long,
Yeah.
it would be beach club.
Why?
I have an asphyxiation with it. I love it. I stayed one night for my wedding. Friend of mine gifted it to me with her DVC points, and I wanted so much more time just to like hang out in the lobby, walk
yeah.
around. I love the proximity to Epcot. I didn't even get to use the pool, and I've heard that's great, but I was
Yeah.
literally there for about 8 or 9 hours. So, I'd like to stay. I have really pretty pictures in their lobby, but
It is a good one. It is a good one, especially the pool.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's also up with Poly too. I would like to stay at the Poly. I'm not a Floridian girl though. Like Grand, it's beautiful, but like I have no strong desire to stay there except to just check it off the list.
I completely agree with that statement.
See, that's my DVC home resort, and I would completely agree, like, to walk in the Floridian or whatever, it's not my vibe, but the DVC rooms in particular are, like, 190,000% my vibe. They have, like, TVs in the mirrors in the bathroom, there's a lot of
Nice.
marble happening, a lot of, like, beautiful blue colors, it's very, like, crisp and clean. It
Hmm.
doesn't those rooms in particular don't read the same as, like, when I walk in the lobby of the Floridian, it's, like, stuffy to me. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
it's not for me, and, like, this is more of, like, if you only have experienced the Floridian from the capacity of the main building, I would say this is the Enchanted Rose portion. It's, like,
Okay.
more
Okay.
modern, whatever, and also fully accept that it's not everybody's, like, cup of tea, and I'm not trying to defend it. I would have never known that the rooms were like that if I hadn't stayed in them, and, like,
Yeah.
for me, if I'm just gonna hang in the room, that's the room I wanna be in.
That's fair.
Do
I'll
either of you remember when Port Orleans was Dixie Landing?
no.
No.
Okay. I'm apparently old, or I just went a lot as a kid. But
It
um
I have read about it, I never
yeah,
was
I
here
that
then.
was my family never did Disney resorts until I was older. And so we would always stay off property because my dad traveled a lot. And we stayed at Dixie Landing at one point. I have pictures of me in the pool on alligator floaty rafts because that was the vibe. But I always pictured Floridian lobby with Dixie Landing lobby. It was very similar,
Interesting.
Oh.
but I just don't know if anybody else has that memory or I made it up.
Somebody will remember it.
I
Somebody,
hope so.
yeah. 'Cause I also like, coming as a kid, we never stayed on property. We always stayed
Mhm.
on property as well, so I
Where
don't
did
really
you stay, Shelb?
I don't remember. My grandparents always had, like, timeshares, so we
Yeah, yeah.
would do that kinda stuff. And then if, like, my mom and I would come, just her and I, we would stay at an All-Stars.
See, I don't even remember the All-Stars existing. I always stayed at the Dolphin, but, like,
I love the Dolphin.
I love the Dolphin too because dolphins, but, like, I didn't even know that Disney resorts existed, I don't think.
But also as a kid, it's, like, a little different of,
True.
like, you're not planning the trip, and do you really care
Mhm.
if you're sleeping at like, as a
You just
child?
show up.
Right, exactly. Okay, last one for me. Favorite character meet and greet.
My Daisy Duck.
Nice. Love that.
Good one, good one.
She's kind of rare too.
Yeah, she used to be a lot more rare. She used to never be out, and now they've changed Fab 5 to Sensational 6, to include her, which is pretty cool. But she used to be it was always Daisy was out shopping, Daisy was on a
Yeah.
beach vacation without Donald, like, there was always something, and she was very aloof. And now she's out in at least 2 of the parks pretty regularly, Epcot and, Hollywood, you can find her a lot.
And I think she's in the isn't she in the is she with Minnie at the circus at
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Magic
yeah.
Kingdom? They're all in their little funky outfits over there.
Mhm.
Forgot about that. Good call, good call.
I love me a classic Daisy, though. Like, I have never met the Daisy who's the Madame whatever.
Always, I mean, besides Chippendale, of course, I would always prefer a character in the just their, like, genuine outfit,
Mhm.
you know?
Yes.
Because we met at the circus. It was, like, Goofy, and he's, like, in a cannon jumper or something,
Yeah.
and then Donald is I don't even know what
The
it's
Yeah,
just
who
circus
is
one's just
Donald?
kinda they should revamp circus.
yeah,
Just
def
regular.
Yeah, just make it normal.
well, because
Totally
like, I
agree.
have pictures with Brooks, and I just feel like they're kinda weird.
Well, and
Yeah,
Brooks
because
probably
it's
doesn't know who they are, like, in those outfits.
Yeah,
mhm.
what are you wearing?
Like, I like Chef Mickey's outfits because it makes sense. But, like, I don't
And
know, the circus outfits throw me off.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
well,
anyways.
because the Chef Mickey outfits are, like they're just, like, their regular outfit, but with, like, an apron, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's like them with an apron, it's not like
Yeah.
Minnie in Storybook Circus is in, like, a fabulous sparkling pink
Mhm.
rhinestone gown, it's, like, not even remotely close to
That thing's gotta be heavy.
I
But
know.
Donald at the circus is, like looks like Aladdin or something, and he has, like,
Yeah, wait, can we get to the who is he in that?
I mean, I don't go to the circus very often, but I have never seen that circus act.
Right. Well, because Daisy's a fortune teller,
Mhm.
Oh,
Minnie
is that
trade
even part of the circus?
No. Well,
no,
honestly, I mean, I haven't been to a circus, but I've watched some circus movies, and they always have those fortune teller people outside trying to make money off of people,
it's like a
and
sideshow.
Okay,
kinda
fine.
kinda
But, like,
tracks.
I want to be in the circus. I want them all dressed up as the Greatest Showman. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay,
Valid.
that would be fine.
Like
Oh, Mickey in a red-tailed coat.
Yeah.
like Donald on the trapeze. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Minnie is Zendaya.
Yes. Yes. I'm here
Anyway,
for it.
all right, Courtney, you take this one now.
Yeah. Okay. We're into the meat and bones. Meat and bones? Meat and potatoes? Someone fire me. This is embarrassing. We're in the meat and bones portion of the interview.
I'm interrupting because I'm rude. I just need to put this on record. Listened to the beginning of our last podcast yesterday,
Yeah.
and I said live and die for like 4 times in the freaking coffee segment of the pod. And that
Yes.
is like, what is wrong with me?
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes.
I just
I
need
feel
to
that.
acknowledge that happened, and I don't know. I just don't know. I will not say it again.
When our pod comes on in the car or whatever, because like I'll finish an episode of a different pod and ours will come on, I immediately am like, turn it off. I
It was-
don't want to hear this.
I was like, people are definitely judged. Like, why is she saying that? What? I don't know. I have no answer. Okay.
You live and die for the life. Yeah. Mostly
Okay.
live.
Let's get into the meat and bones of
Okay. Here's I literally cannot believe that. Here is the meat and bones. Kristin, in our interview questionnaire thing, which thank you for those of you who filled them out. Loved reading the responses. Kristin said what she wanted to talk about in particular was making dreams a reality. She said there's a power in manifesting. Yes. And I
Yeah.
don't believe, and I don't think enough people believe in it, which I totally agree with this. I think it's like the main people would say our podcast is about Disney. I would say it's really more about like manifesting, only
Mhm.
in and around Disney type concepts. So I'm here for it. We have a lot of questions for you, but can you start by just saying a little bit about your manifestation beliefs?
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't manifest for a really long time, but I was always a very positive person after a certain point. So I was very big on if something crappy happened or anything like that, it was just, okay, well, this is that, but I'm going to move forward from it. I'm going to change whatever it is that I want and look to what it is I'm looking for versus thinking about what it is I didn't want. The more I did that, the better it got when it came to debt or body things or other things like that, just life in general. And I noticed a change over time. And the hugest change has been in the last 3 years or so when I started talking about wanting to be a dolphin trainer. And so I just kept talking about it, getting more involved in it, all those kinds of things, and realizing what pieces of my past would help me with that in the future. And then even little things, like it doesn't have to be a giant thing like that. One of my favorite things I found on a TikTok actually was somebody saying, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. Everything works out for me, regardless of the situation.
yeah.
So there was a trip I was on with my best friend. We had come down for, I want to say it was Mother's Day. I think it was a Mother's Day trip. And we had come down. It was raining on our first day. Went to Animal Kingdom. Everything was fine. And then we had a day. I lied. It wasn't Mother's Day. It was Mickey. It was a marathon weekend. I was here for the half. Um, and we were at Hollywood and things just kind of kept happening in good ways. And we were so lucky. Everything worked out for us. So we were checking the wait times. Millennium Falcon was down. We went to walk up and just see what was going on. As we walked up, they opened the gates and we walked right on.
Yes.
And that was when it was still like it would sit at like an hour plus wait pretty regularly. And we weren't going to go on if it was sitting there. So that was fun. But things like that kept happening. And I think a lot of people, and not everybody, obviously, because you guys are very positive, which is why I love listening to the podcast. But a lot of people get stuck in that, well, it's not going to work out for me. That's not my path. That's not where I'm headed. I'm very comfortable doing this thing. And stepping out of comfort zones is probably the best thing I've ever done. So
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I think when you talk about, like, manifesting and, like, saying, like, things are gonna happen for you or yada, 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 or you're, like, speaking it into existence, you're never
Mhm.
speaking negativity into
Yes.
existence. Nobody ever
Yeah.
wants something bad to happen. Always having this, like, positive mindset of, like, I want this," then, like, I don't know, I just think good's gonna come to you because
Yeah.
it's what you're looking for. As long as you're not I mean, everybody can have a great day and something bad happened in your day, but if you're just, like, dwelling on that bad, well,
Mhm.
it's gonna look like a bad day, right?
Yep. My favorite thing, and I have had a couple friends and people adopt it, and I adopted it from somebody else, but depending on whatever the bad thing is or the situation, I give myself a time limit. So, like, I
Yes.
had a pretty rough breakup with somebody years ago, and I gave myself a week to be sad about it. I
Yes.
had 1 week, and then that was it, and I had to continue moving forward. I only spent about 4 days being really sad about it, but I gave myself that time, and when I allowed myself the time, it didn't make it as hard.
Yes. And I think
I
this
love
even,
that.
like, goes into something like, let's say not as serious, but, like, going to the parks, right? And you how many times have I talked to people that are like, "I hate Disney, I hate Disney."
Mhm.
Worst time, I had the worst time. Well, that's because they probably had, like, one bad thing happen, and then they just let it carry through the rest of their days. Unlike what you were saying of, like, "Oh, we walked in and we thought it was the best thing ever that we got to walk on to Millennium Falcon," right? Like,
Mhm.
if you look at those, like, positive things, then, of course, Disney is gonna be the place for you, right? I don't
Yeah.
it's just my mindset, I guess.
I love a happy mindset. It makes life way better.
You
Yeah.
truly, truly does.
I I fully agree with all of this, and I also think it's important to note that, like, at least for me, I don't wanna speak for anybody else, but I give plenty of attention without even thinking about it to worrying, quote, unquote, "bad stuff," whatever, like, "Oh, no, am I gonna have time to get everything done today? What if the package doesn't arrive in time?
Mhm.
What if" whatever, like, all of those what ifs, which is basically anxiety, but if you know, as much as I try to stop those things, those thoughts happen
Yes.
often whether you want them to happen or not. And so if you're already giving time and energy to like the negative thought, what if the package doesn't arrive? What if I don't get the fast pass? What if whatever? Then why aren't you also giving the same I'm not saying like 100 million times more, but the same amount of energy or thought into like what if the package comes 3 days early? What if they
Mhm.
accidentally send you 2 orders for free and you get extra stuff? What if the
That's
fast
happened.
pass doesn't tap out? Right, like, why not? Why not look
Mhm.
at both sides?
Yes.
So, I don't know. I love that you seek out all the good stuff, and I think you have to put more of an effort into that because, of course, that's
Mhm.
the happier, more magical, more desirable piece, and,
Yeah.
worry and anxiety can creep in, but I don't know. I think it's great that you do that.
For
And it definitely positivity takes more effort than negativity. Um,
Yes.
Kind of in the same concept where, like, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile.
yes.
Um, but, like, misery also loves company. So people who are unhappy are gonna keep pushing that because they want a buddy and they don't want you to not join them because they can't change their mindset necessarily.
Agreed.
And
Yeah. Great.
so well said. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also that. Okay, but let's back up because something you I'm losing my voice, this is cool. Something you said that already took me by surprise about this whole dolphin experience is you said
Mhm.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Mm, so if I can talk about my lore for about 2 minutes, when I was 7, that's what I wanted to be. I had gone to SeaWorld, I had seen the Believe show. It changed my life. Even if you do not like what they stand for, listen to that soundtrack. The music alone will
Yes.
it's it gives Disney vibes with animals. And it just kind of the song premise is telling everybody you can achieve anything you want to if you just believe in it. So saw this show, turned to my mom that day, 6 or 7 years old, dogs, stop it. And told them this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this when I get older. Had a whole plan. We had a family beach house down the shore, and I was gonna be a lifeguard so that I could get really good at swimming. I already rode horses as a kid, and at that time, SeaWorld had the Clydesdales, so that was gonna be my in. So I would go to school, I'd work with the Clydesdales, I'd be in the company, and I had this plan between 7 and 10 years old.
Oh,
At 12, I lost my mom to breast cancer, and I ended up my parents had put money aside for me to get a horse. So I got my horse. His name is Mischief. He's my absolute best friend. And from there forward, the dolphin thing kind of went away because life happens, things change. You don't really have control over everything. And so I went into the horse world from 13 years old until I was 20. No, not 20. I was 31 when I stopped. I'm still in the horse world.
Yeah.
I still ride. I still train a little bit and stuff like that. But I used all the things there to transition over into dolphins. So once that door reopened, I kicked it down. So I applied for a job in education over at SeaWorld. I worked that for 3 months. Once the opportunity opened for an animal role, I applied, passed my swim test, and then got hired about 2 weeks later. And now I've been training for 6 weeks.
so what opened that door again?
My wedding mostly. We had done dolphin sims for my wedding. I had done them periodically throughout the last couple of years. My husband proposed to me at Magic Kingdom after the fireworks, which was a highlight of my life. And then the next day we happened to go to Discovery Cove. It was just on our itinerary. And we're doing a backstage tour, and they had a little plaque that said wedding in progress. And I laughed because we had just gotten engaged. And I was like, oh, what are the odds that we get married here? That'd be so funny. Haha. And then we did. So
Manifestation.
Yeah.
manifestation. Also very affordable, which is bananas to me. It was so worth every penny that we spent. Um, and then I heard one of the trainers, somebody else had asked, like, oh, how do you get a job like this? And they're like, oh, we have a lot of people like from the equestrian world transfer over. And as soon as I heard that, the wheels turned and that was it. Um, and then here I am.
But that's
And
sort of like a right place, wrong time, or I guess not wrong time. That's not the
Right place, right time.
right place, right time. But because for you to hear that
hmm
made it all like trigger,
Yeah. It was a snowball effect or ripple effect,
Yeah,
butterfly effect.
butterfly effect.
Yeah.
yeah. Some kind of effect.
Some kind of effect. But craziest circumstances. And I was a person, I never lived more than, I think the max was 30 minutes with traffic from my horse. And this move is bananas. I have not seen my horse in person for 4 months.
He's
And
coming.
he's coming eventually, manifesting,
Yes.
speaking into existence. Because that's definitely the hardest part of all of this. But I love the animal side of things. I love learning. I love the mental structure that dolphins have. I think it is insanely bananas to think like they recognize people, they recognize body language, they can tell who is paying attention, who's not, who cares, who doesn't. Um, and horses are very similar, but horses' brains are the size of a lemon, so they're not as bright.
Amen.
Yeah.
I also want to touch a little bit on I know you're being respectful of like time and whatever, but uh your journey and all the work that you've put in, like, yes, you did 1 million bajillion hours of horse training. I know you did because you would be like at the barn at 6 in the morning and also still at the barn at 8 in the evening and still going to the gym and like still doing all the things. I also remember in this journey for you, like, one of the things you did was you came down here for 24 hours and you and I did like a SeaWorld day, but I remember
hmm
walking around and you like being first step, like being brave enough to go up to a trainer and being like, how did you get here? What do I need to do? And then part of that, of course, was like swim training. And
Mhm.
you obviously know how to swim, but you had to become like scuba certified and go through like dive test training and all this stuff that, again, I think that it's easy to lose sight for somebody who has a big dream and um, sees on the internet, like, oh, your story could easily read like Kristin woke up one day and decided to move to Florida and become a dolphin trainer, and they gave her a job. And very much like that was not it. And it isn't like, I think that you've had an extraordinary and very intentional rise in the whole thing, but you've done literally all of the work. You started as literally like an entry level
Mhm.
employee and you were willing to do whatever. And because people see that in you in the company, they're like, oh, well, this is the one. Like it makes so much sense that you are where you are and that it's all happened so quickly because the pieces you're not mentioning that are like behind the curtain, you've like done an unbelievable amount of work to get to where you are.
Yeah. Anybody looking for that, practice your breath holds. That was probably the hardest part of the swim test for anybody who has gone to SeaWorld and seen the Dolphin Stadium show pool. That is where they hold their swim test. And the minimum I think they have is 80 feet to be able to qualify for the interview. But the entire length of the pool is about 120, 110, 120 feet long.
And did
Okay.
you have access to a pool that deep before you jumped into that one?
I found one on iDrive, and that pool went down to 15 feet, so I could practice that. It was a 12-foot dive. To get onto the show team to do water work and like be in the water with the animals, you have to be able to dive 24 feet, like free
I'm
dive.
unbelievable.
Okay, hold on. We're backing up. Okay. So you're like, hey, husband, we just got married. I'd like to move to Orlando to be a dolphin trainer. So you moved to Orlando. Do you have a job? Did you already get a job at SeaWorld?
I had applied. I had to wait until I got like we had a rental because I had put applications in, but nothing was going through until I changed my address to a Florida address.
Okay.
So did that, but then as soon as that happened, within like a week or two, I had gotten an interview and got the job for education.
At SeaWorld,
Yes.
like not as a trainer, obviously. And then you're like, I'm still gonna be a trainer, yada yada yada. You keep applying.
I
Get
stalked the interview internet.
Okay, so then you see that they're hiring for a trainer.
Mhm.
You apply.
Mhm.
You have to pass the swim test is the first thing before you can even
Mhm.
so
You have to you get a call for the swim test. If you pass the swim test, you get an interview that same day. Like I was still wet and I had to change into interview clothes.
so you walk like how many people are in this swim test?
There were 15. There were
Just go
7
and
one
jump
day
into
and
the
then 8 the
dolphin
next
pool?
day. Yeah. 7 in the morning.
Like everybody didn't make it. Also important to
Correct.
note.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people who like it didn't happen for. And
Mhm.
Kristin, I think the last text I received from you was like, I'm either gonna pass this or I'm gonna like you can find my body in the bottom of the pool.
Yeah. It was pass or
So
drown.
yeah.
Right. Okay, so you swim way further than I would ever even think of, let alone try. And then so you pass the swim test and you go right into an interview.
Yes.
And then like how long until you heard like yes or no for there?
2 weeks.
And then you start training.
After about a week, I started training. So they gave me like my start date, which was a week later. And I think that helped that I was already there in the park. So I didn't have to go through anything extra. I was just transferring
To a
locations.
different department, yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you've been in training for 6
Yes. I finished my fish prep training. I have finished my husbandry training. And then next step is closings in 2 weeks.
and then, like, what's the end goal here? Like, are we gonna get
I
a show?
My goal eventually is to potentially be on the show team. do the water work, do that kind of stuff, work with those dolphins. But I am loving every single step that I am taking. My starter dolphin's name is Alpha. And then I also get to work with Bree, who is apparently very picky about certain things. So that'll be fun to figure out. Um, there's some people who don't believe animals have personalities. They all do. They don't have the same cognitive thought necessarily that we do. They work on instinct, which is better for them. But when it comes to working with certain animals, it's so having to figure out how to play each animal to their criteria is so different. It's like working around people, but people can be mean to you and talk back.
To say, animals have like my 2 cats are very different, and like
Mhm.
if you don't think animals have personality, then you've never even been
You're
around.
yeah,
Like,
you're just wrong.
yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. You are. Okay. This is off topic. What does your husband think of this?
He's very supportive. He thinks it's the coolest thing. He definitely has bragged about it to people as soon as I
Yeah.
pass my swim test and stuff like that. I think the more I get to do, the more he'll brag. Um, but I am so lucky to have him. I don't know if there are many other people that would be like, yeah, we'll just change our whole life and and go. Thankfully, his job, he can work anywhere. He works in trees. Um, Anybody who's in Florida and needs a tree removed, hit me up. Um, because he's doing all his stuff down here and hopes to open his own business, but he can build that from any state. He's moved around a whole lot. The biggest thing with me moving, I had never been out of Jersey. Um, when it comes to living anywhere
Yeah,
else.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know that we're like not supposed to ask people this, but can I ask how old you are?
32.
Amazing. Like
Isn't that
that.
amazing?
No, it really is because you like changed like your whole like so when you moved to
Yeah.
Florida.
In April. So I just turned 32 in June. So this year.
Yeah, and you were like, I'm gonna go and chase a different career
Yeah. I
dream.
think that was one of the having this realization made it very obvious because for a long time I was like, well, I picked horses. This is what it is. I've been doing this for 16 years. This is where I am now, and that's all I'm going to do. And then I had this idea, and I was like, you can change careers. I have a whole nother life. Like, there's going to be different versions of every person throughout your entire life, and there's no reason to stick to one. It's not I was writing something at one point because I'm a big journaler and stuff. And I was like, it is not the closing of a chapter, it's the closing of a book. And there are book series. It's not just one book by every author. So it's just a new book series. Or new book in the series.
I think so many people just gets like stuck in their career, like their career path, or like they're just like
Mhm.
what's the word I'm looking for? Like what's the word I'm looking for? To just like steady, like
Oh,
even
Like status quo. Yeah, you're
plateau?
like, get it.
yeah, they like just
Like
kind
a
of yeah, like plateau or just kind of like they're like content of like where they are and like that's
Mhm.
what they're gonna do until they retire. And just
Yeah.
like that, like you have a whole other life. Like why are we just stopping here? Even Kyle got a new job since we've started the pod, so I guess within the last 3 years. And at first he was like,
Unbelievable.
I don't know, like he was like just very content in his job, but he wasn't moving up anywhere. And he just completely jumped into a whole different type of work that he loves, obviously, but he's now like zoomed up the ladder. And it's because he's like super passionate about like what he does now. And he's not just like being content where he is. So I think, s- sorry to put you on the spot of like, you're 32
Oh,
because I'm old by any
yeah.
means, but like, go and chase your freaking dreams no matter how old you
Yeah.
are.
Well, and that's the other thing. I want to have kids at some point, and I knew it was either have kids and then I don't want to use the word stuck, but stay where I was, or make this leap, see how it goes, and then have kids.
Yeah.
Um, and I've talked to a lot of the trainers now and asked them about their life balance with children and all that kind of stuff. And thankfully, as a company, they have nursing rooms for staff. Like um, they have baby setup things for the entire Dolphin team, which is quite amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping at some point I can get a fish bucket picture with my child. Because I've seen a couple of the trainers do that, and I just think that's adorable.
Oh, cute.
Okay, so we're in week 6 of training.
Yes.
Like, how many days a week do you train?
So I work 40 hours, so it's 5 days a week. Um, and then so like during like a training shift, it's just the regular 8 hours and you're following a senior or a higher level person who can tell you how to do all the things. Um, I am very big and I've noticed it in workplaces all around. There are always those people that just think they already know.
Mhm.
Um, and I know for a fact for myself, I am a very smart animal behaviorist type person. I pay attention, I know what's going on. But if somebody who is higher than me is speaking to me, I have my full attention on whatever they're saying, even if I've already heard it. Um, and just as a word of advice to anybody, just listen. I got complimented because I guess somebody else was not paying attention and not listening and acting like they already knew and they've made a couple mistakes. Um, and
That's just a
that's the
respect.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that hard to be respectful. So, yeah, lots of listening. Math is part of this because I have to count weights of fish and that kind of thing and pay attention, not mess anything up or you're messing up their diet. Um, I really like the husbandry stuff. I think the medical side of it is very interesting. Um, I wanted to be a vet as a very tiny kid, but then I found out I'd have to put animals down and couldn't couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will help with other things, but when it comes to like the veterinary practice, that can be the vet's job.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously I love interacting with the animals and just building a relationship and building rapport. And
Okay,
then I'll figure out how to close the park down.
and how many more weeks of training? Did you already say this? I'm sorry, I'm like
I have 2 more weeks, but the way, like, our schedules are working, I think because they also have there are 4 other new hires with me. So, it's all, like, staggered on who's learning what when so that there's not 5 new people running around with our
Smart.
cut off. So I have 2 weeks of there's nothing outside. I have 2 weeks of just the shifts I've already done, so they're just normal shifts, and then, I'll have 2 weeks training of, oh my gosh, closing shifts. So, like, what to do at night when there's nobody there.
She's making it happen. And like the stuff you have to learn, I don't even know, like obviously know most of it, but even just thinking about going to see dolphins, even if you've ever seen like two dolphins together, how do you tell dolphins apart? They're all gray and like,
I had to
yeah,
identify all 28 to be checked off on being able to observe the cove side or be able to watch the stadium if the dolphins are up in the front so that no guests come in and bother them. But I had to know every single one by face as they swam by.
which
Like
is,
a senior one would point at it and be like, "Who's that?" And I had to give them an answer.
and like horses, dogs, cats, whatever, that's pretty easy because like they come in various shades, shapes, and sizes. But dolphin is dolphin. Like, it's just I don't know how to describe it. It's when I have seen you identify these dolphins and it's like, well, that one, has like a little notch out of its tail because when it was born upside down instead of right side up. So, the third fluked, like I can't even, I'm like, I don't, was there a dog? And also they're swimming. You can't just be like, come over here. I need a good look. Like, unbelievable.
fascinating. I also feel like so you're saying 8 weeks. 8
Roughly, yeah.
40-hour it just doesn't, like, seem like a lot of time.
It doesn't feel like a lot of time. There's definitely things that I'm like, I need longer to figure out how to do this. And thankfully there's leniency, obviously, for some of the things like to get checked off on. But they also want you to figure it out quick so you can be a functional member of society.
And it's not that you'll, like, stop learning, obviously, after the 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh
make
my
it
god.
go
Any
back.
animal thing. I mean, any job really, you're always learning. You're
Right.
always figuring out new things, new ways. There's new things that somebody else has found out and they share with the world.
I'm
It's been us.
this is fascinating.
Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah, because
I
like,
get to pool watch now. So anybody who comes at certain hours of the day, whoever's standing outside the Dolphin Cove area, for anybody who knows SeaWorld, I'll be one of those people at some point. Come ask me questions. Tell my boss I'm doing a
so
great job.
after the 8 weeks, like, that's gonna be your job.
Yeah.
Eh,
Um, and so I'll be bouncing through the different types of shifts that they have, but it'll either, most of the days involve at some point watching the pool, running the encounters, running the tours, um, helping with the husbandry for the animals, desensitizing them and getting them comfortable with
Kristin,
myself. And then,
what's husbandry for the people at home?
sorry, it is veterinary care. So, but it is, oh my God, what's the word?
Like
Where they do
you
it because
you have had
they
a
want to.
dolphin pee in a cup.
Voluntary. What?
You've had dolphins pee in a cup.
Yes.
That to me
Not a
is
cup,
like,
in a
how does that
syringe.
that
amazing.
is surreal.
I got to do
So
that on
cool.
like my like fourth day, which I thought was the coolest thing. And I think some people be like, that's gross. But in my head, in a animal sense and veterinary sense, I'm like, this is the coolest thing that you can get an animal to do this on command willingly. You're not holding them still or anything like that. You've just asked them to do this, and voluntarily they are presenting themselves and allowing the hand signals to tell them what to do, which I think is bananas. Like,
Yeah,
I can't get my dog to pee on command, let's be real.
truly. Okay, so you're gonna watch the pools, yada, yada.
Mhm.
So now because we're, like, manifesting you wanna be in the show. So now, like, is that another job that you would have to apply for
It would
later on?
just be transition over. So, the show team, the we call program side, we all work together. So, there have been times where I'm up in the stadium helping them with their husbandry in that area. I'm starting to take dolphins a little bit and get them prepped for stuff, but everybody thankfully works together. I think the main difference is like the stadium team is just there all of the time. They don't bounce back and forth. And I think it's just because those dolphins are held to a different criteria. I'm not really sure what the setup of it is, but it is so interesting. The whole thing is just interesting. I wish I could do all pieces of it because I do
Yeah,
also really like talking with guests and people.
yeah, and you're great at it. Um,
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
you are. So if, like, the show opportunity when it happens, because it's going to happen, is that now, like, additional training or, like, by then, like, you just hop right in? Does that make sense?
There will be some additional training in the sense of, like, the water work stuff,
Yeah.
like being able to get in the water. I have to pass another swim test for that, and that swim test is annually for the show team. So, they have to do that once a year to be able to get into the water with the dolphins, and that makes sense,
Ye
um, because you need to be able to swim
ye right, right.
and continuously swim.
Yeah. I haven't been to SeaWorld in years. It was my mom's favorite park, probably still is. So, like, growing up when we would go on our, like, yearly Florida trips, we would always go to SeaWorld, and she loved it.
Mhm,
Probably haven't been since I was, like, 20-ish.
mhm,
Um, but we always saw the dolphin show. Always.
mhm. Dolphin show is fun. The music is really great. It's very upbeat. It's always different, which is, I think, really fun. It's fun for the people, it's fun for the dolphins, it's fun for the trainers, because variability is so important.
Yeah, very. This is I've already said it, just
Isn't
fast.
it? It's amazing. Yeah.
Come visit.
I know, I'm going to have to. Let me have a kid first and then
Yeah.
Are you gonna have one sometime soon?
manifesting, Sunday, but
Let us pray. Um, I I guess, like, to wrap up the thoughts about all that you've been through so far and all that you're going through with, like, training and checklists and next steps, and, like, you very much have achieved, quote unquote, "the goal," but also I know that you have another goal, which is to be in show, and, it's like an ongoing thing, but how do you keep yourself going or motivated or on the track when, like, you have a bad day or you feel like things aren't going well or you're overwhelmed or whatever it is.
Mm, I think my biggest thing is that it's for the animals. I have even with horses and stuff like that, it has always been animals first and me second. Um, and it's not to say I put like my own needs aside or anything like that, even though occasionally I do. But it's a they can't advocate for themselves. So I am there to advocate for them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, and I haven't even built up a huge rapport with these animals yet, but I am already in a mindset where if something doesn't feel right, why am I going to try to make an animal do whatever it is that they don't want to? I would never force an animal to do anything, even my dog who is barking at the window for no reason. Um, but that concept, it's also, I think, another thing that pushes me is that it was also one of my mom's dreams. And so if I can keep doing this and keep that portion alive, that's even more of a win.
I love
That
that. Yeah, you have a great, why underlying, like a great reason for why you do things, and I think that makes all the difference because when anybody gets, like, into the muck of it all, it's very easy to be like, "Well, why am I even doing this? What's the point of,
Mhm.
like, waking up earlier?" Like, you work a full shift and then you go to the gym and do, like, a full workout. Why do that? Because, like, I get it. You wanna be able to be the best, the most. You wanna, fulfill this dream that started when you were a baby,
7.
basically, and, like,
yeah,
the whole thing. Yeah, I think a powerful why is important.
Yeah. The why is probably the main thing. I think, like, when I was making this decision, I came up with the why first
Yeah,
before I could fully commit to it. Like, I needed, what is the reason I'm doing this? Is it on a whim? Is it because I'm sad? Is it what is the reason? And then once I found the reason, there was no turning back. I'm also my best friend will say it too. When I make a decision and I have dialed in on it, there's no changing my mind. Somebody could have offered me the world and I would have been like, "Nope, I've already locked it in, like in Inside Out when they put the light bulb in. Once that
nice.
light bulb was twisted, that was done."
I love that.
no, yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
Your mindset is, I think, the biggest takeaway from all of this, truly.
I agree.
I Yeah, and even, like, I don't wanna get, like, sappy and whatever, but because you said, like, this is what your mom wanted, I think that is a really big takeaway because so many I mean, we're still dealing with it over here with the loss of my mother-in-law, but
Yeah.
we look at so many things in a different light rather than, like we were saying, negative light. Like, it could
Yeah.
taken so negatively because, like, why did she leave us? But at the same time,
Yeah.
when you say things like, "This is what she would have wanted," like, you're like, I don't know, and
Mhm.
I am one of those people that do believe that they're, like, watching down and, like, helping
Absolutely.
make
I
those
have I have
goals
spoken to a
hap
medium many times and
Oh my
first off,
god,
highly
pick
suggest
your
it.
brain forever about that.
Take my number. I will tell you everything about it.
I'm a
Um,
sucker for a medium.
You
oh, they're
both
great.
are, yeah.
But they are. I mean, and to anybody who doesn't believe, that's fine. You do you.
Ye
There
abs
are I was working in education and I was back by where the manatees are, and there's a section where, it's manatees and then our alligators, and then Dolphin Stadium is right in front, so I was right behind Dolphin Stadium, and every time I was back there, I hated it because I don't like the alligators and it was boring, but there'd be a cardinal that would come hang out with me and just sit there behind Dolphin Stadium, and I was like, "Okay, I know I'm in the right place, but
Yes.
could you be somewhere else?"
Yeah. Yes. But that's just, like, the reminder of, like, you're in the right place, you're doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
you're right here, you're doing the right thing, but,
You
like
We're gonna split it up right now,
yeah,
okay? I love that. Yeah.
I
Yes.
feel like our merch needs to have a cardinal in it because the cardinal's, like, the thing,
it is
It
a thing.
it
you
is
know?
it really is a thing.
Yeah, cardinals are
You
real.
could definitely make a we could talk about this after, but a merch thing that says manifest by living magically.
Love that
Ooh.
too. Love
Mm.
that. I love
Okay.
that. Taking notes, taking
I
notes.
feel like I could talk forever about just, like, the being a dolphin trainer. Who woulda
It like, such a dream career and such a thing that, like, nobody It's so niche. Like, who
It's
knows a
very
dolphin
niche.
trainer? Yeah.
It's so niche, but also, like, I don't wanna keep, like, pointing out, but you started it, like, later on. Like, this is what things people
Yeah.
like, they
I
get out of
definitely
school.
noticed that getting into it. A lot of the people I work with are significantly younger than me, and, like, they're either fresh out of college or this is their first job because that's what they went for immediately, and I'm just like, thank God I had the life experience that I did,
Yes.
because I think I'm not my phone thinks I'm working out. Uh, I am I'm set up in a way that I can handle all of the things that are gonna be thrown at me, and
Mhm.
I think that's gonna play a large part in where I get to in this career.
Yes.
Totally
Yes.
agree.
Not saying, like, if you're 18, fresh out of high school, that you shouldn't go, like,
Yeah, no.
immediate. You go do you.
Mhm,
But there are also takeaways like, you don't know everything. Sit and listen. Be respectful.
mhm. Yeah,
Those little things. Those are things that you've learned in your life experience, like, truly.
yeah. Also, for anybody who is listening that is very stuck on something that may or may not require a college degree, I also didn't go to school. Um, and
Forgot
I've
about
taught
that.
like kids have come up and asked, like parents have asked, "Oh, what did you go to school for?" And I'm like, "Well, this is a opinion of my own and you guys can do with what you want, but I didn't go to school. You don't need a degree for this. They prefer it, they like it, but it's not required." And I was like, "They really look for life experience and I have a ton of that."
Yeah. I
So,
thank you for
school's
saying.
not for everyone
Yeah.
and
Wasn't for me
it was
either.
not for me. And here we are, thriving anyway.
It worked
Amen.
out, right?
That is
Alright, Courtney,
the
you got any more on
absolute.
this? 'Cause I like, we would have to make another episode if I keep going, so
I know, I know. I'm always like, "Wait, what? More. Tell me more."
yeah.
We're gonna switch from the meat and bones to the skin. I don't know, man. We're just making
You're
it
making it
happen.
weird.
Sure.
Making it weird.
I'm making it's Halloween. It's Halloween.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay,
We're
scared.
getting close. We've already had like 96 Halloween parties here.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
I'm just saying. I'm
I
just saying.
forgot. My husband said something about Halloween decorations because I got a sweater. Oh, dogs.
Oh, they're excited too.
I guess so. And I was like, it's not Halloween yet. He goes, we were just at Disney. It's Halloween. I was like,
See?
right.
My
Now that
decor
you
is
live
out.
there, it is Halloween for you, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't abide by. We make our own seasons in Florida, I guess.
Yeah. They just make it up. I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay, so speaking of Disney,
To the skin.
that's
Dogs.
my form of transition right there. Um I want to ask you a couple of Disney specific questions about your life. Okay.
Have
Uh
at it.
what do you remember? What's like the core first Disney memory that you have?
Um, core first, based on like actual memory, not looking at a picture
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah.
Um, I remember one of my birthday trips, I got to do Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast before they had like revamped it. Um, and I just remember being really excited to see princesses, which is funny because I am not necessarily a princess girl anymore. But I remember loving it. I also vividly remember the plane rides to Disney. I got to pick a coloring book. I couldn't bring all of my coloring books and I had to do homework on the plane.
I
And that was like,
vividly remember that as well.
yeah, it was like a thing. And I had to, my little backpack with all my school stuff in it. And I was not, like, I was told we were not going to the parks until it was done type vibe.
With my and I had, like, my Walkman playing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. With
I, like,
the
vividly
actual
remember.
CDs.
Yeah, and this isn't about me, but I also vividly remember my parents, they would let me pick out a postcard at, like, the parks, and I would mail it to my class as if I was gone for, like, months or something, like,
Months at a time.
sure it got delivered, like, when I was back at school, but anyway.
Yeah. That's so perfect, though. I
What
love
a
that.
cute idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
brilliant. Even if they
Yeah.
don't send it, keep it and give it back to you. Be like, hey, remember that time you wrote this letter to your class bragging about your Disney trip?
Right.
They should have. They should
Suckers.
have kept it. So good. Not funny that you
I
don't
love that.
that the things that you remember as a kid going to Disney is like not meeting Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally like the little things leading up to the trip,
Yeah.
which I still think about. I was walking out of Epcot the other day and I have a picture. So the memories from the picture, but I also can see like what I was doing. I was very big on like walking curbs as a kid. I still walk curbs like for balance for whatever reason. But the flowers for Flower and Garden were out and there were purple and yellow flowers all through the like walkway leading up to World Showcase. And so I had climbed on and I was walking that, but I had a purple sweater on that was Beauty and the Beast. And my dad took a picture because I was also wearing yellow pants. I was a vibe.
It sounds
um,
like it.
but I remember balancing and like then being told to stop and take a picture because I matched.
No,
I think I had to be like 6 or something in that picture. I have it somewhere.
So good.
I
All right.
love, yeah, the child experience is so different. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and
Go
you're
ahead,
like,
Shel.
I guess as like a mom now, I'm like thinking about how I'm gonna like plan all these like fun things for the kids, and then they're gonna remember who knows what, right?
Yeah.
That
So funny.
that lesson for me was like the most brought home when I was on the monorail years ago, and this kid, all he wanted to do was the monorail, and the parents were like behind him kind of debating like, well, we bought these very expensive tickets and like we need to go into the
Mhm.
park and whatever. And like the other parent was like, I mean, he's like living his best life. So if this is what he wants, like,
Mm-hmm.
and what a
Let's
debate and what a
go.
struggle, but also, yeah, it's this like you guys remember doing your homework on the plane. I have different memories, but like you can't cure it. You can't make it like Brooks's best memory is going to be the time he met Mickey when it was a private VIP meet. Not that this has
Right.
happened, but like, some like super deluxe situation or whatever. It's like the memory is whatever happens the way it, when to go
Yeah.
back to Inside Out, when the little orb goes into the thing, you can't
Yes.
predict where it's going to happen. You just got to do it. So
Agreed.
sorry. Go ahead,
Okay.
Shelb.
What's your all-time favorite Walt Disney World ride and why?
Oh my gosh, my favorite ride. Um, it changes pretty regularly, but I love the People Mover. I am a People Mover girly. My mom really liked it. It was a big thing, and I love when I have the whole thing to myself and I can just like put my feet all the way up, feel the breeze. I like it best in the fall, winter, early spring when you're
Mhm.
not sweating the entire time on it.
Vibes.
Well, yeah,
We
it
haven't
is.
gotten there
It's
yet.
But
the
It's
yeah,
best.
still hot.
yeah.
Okay.
But
And
I'm
then
in a
this is
sweater
our,
today.
I'm in a sweater, but
Sweater.
I'm indoors.
Yeah,
You're
same.
indoors too, I guess. Yeah. We're all indoors. This is our new little takeaway question that we're going to ask everybody on the pod. Anybody
Mhm.
everybody, because we're going to have 9,000 guests. Just kidding. Anybody who comes on, we want to know outside of Disney, what is something that makes you feel like you're living magically in your everyday life? Could be small business, could be dolphins, could be the gym, could be whatever.
Chasing the dreams. That's the dolphins. That's the small business I want to grow to help afford life as a dolphin trainer because we don't make a lot of money. But literally just chasing the dreams. If I don't have something I'm looking forward to, it's not. I don't know. I don't want to say it's not a life worth living, but like there's always things to live for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I
I
That was so good. We all just went quiet. That's wild.
well, I just can't get over I just think your mindset is what people miss out on sometimes, in like the
Yes.
kindest way. Like, I'm not being like rude to others, but I think you are just like very positive of like, hey, like maybe you could look at it like life threw this at me, but like look at me now type of thing. And yeah, you're chasing your dreams, and it's really cool to listen to your
Thank
story.
you.
And I can't wait to watch it really unfold. And I hope that you let us know when you're in your first show, and
Mhm.
I'll fly down.
I'm so
Yes.
pumped.
You heard it here first. We'll be front row.
Splash zone, front row.
I
I
would sit in the splash
I
zone
will.
for you. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get like a face shield or something. I don't know. It'll be great.
No, we'll just
Or just
take
soak
it.
in. There's probably like omega-3s in that fish water, right?
It's salt water, so it's actually very good for you
There you
in
go.
general. And it's like perfectly balanced. It gets tested twice a day.
Done. I love that.
Great.
That's why you're glowing. Tell the people at home where they can find you. Tell us about you did like a little baby plug of your small biz, but you didn't say what it is. So
Yeah,
tell us about your
I did
biz,
not.
tell us where we can find you, etc.
The gram is where I am most often. My personal account is Call Me Kristin with 2 N's.
Spell it.
And then I have my CALLMEKRISTINN.
Got it.
Um, I had to think about that. And then my small business is kecollective.co. Any crafty thing you can think of, I put together, but I mainly do soaps, like custom soaps and stuff like that. So I've done beachy soaps. I actually have an order I'm going to do today for a snail, a frog, and a tortoise.
What?
That somebody's getting for their boyfriend, which I think is adorable. And I counted, I have about 75 different scents to use right now.
She does
I
all
also
the
have made
scents,
beach club soap.
and she does those really cool soap bars like basin where there's like stuff in that, like shapes and like
Hmm.
dolphins in the soap or Mickey's in the soap or whatever. They're very cool.
Yeah. So sneak over to the gram for those. I have pictures of all the things I've done and custom etched glassware. Like my coffee was in this Florida cup.
Oh,
You
so
can't read Florida, but I
So
made one for
cute.
Florida and I made one for New Jersey. So stuff like that. Christmas is coming.
I
Yes.
Plug
know.
all the
I was
small
just
shops.
thinking.
Support small biz.
Yes. Her edge
I have a
glassware is
pixie box.
great. She made me. Ooh. What's the pixie box?
Well, I'm gonna
You
talk
want
to
to
her.
put soap in that Pixie box?
I
Call me
think
later.
it would. I think there would be something fitting for that. Yes.
Oh, I'm
Cool.
interested.
Sounds good
I
to
can't
me.
wait to hear more.
It was your idea.
It was my idea.
The
I have
shirt
so many
was.
good ideas. Well, the shirt was my idea.
She's
Oh, wait, I
she's
think
so what?
listen, sometimes I just text you ideas in the middle of the day and then we keep going about our lives because you never know
Yeah.
what's gonna hit.
Well,
So like, I don't know, is
you
it
texted me an idea. You texted me an idea a while ago, and I ran with it.
I think I
I
know
guess
what it is. Can it be like
I didn't
repurposed?
follow up.
Yeah, you just like did it.
Mm, anyways,
Well, I can't wait to hear
Christmas
more.
pixie box.
I'm very excited. It's gonna be great.
Christmas pixie box,
Um,
I think still be fitting.
Yay.
I love that.
Oh, I'll send you all my Christmas designs. I have a couple favorites.
Great.
Her stuff's great. AJ, I
Continue.
love her soap, but AJ like really loves her soap. So
AJ is my biggest hype man.
he really is. He like loves the soaps.
We
So
love AJ.
okay, we know where to find you on social. We're so happy that you were here. And
Thank
Yes.
you for having me.
yeah, it's our honor and we're so excited for you to splash
Everybody come visit me
forward.
at work.
Yeah.
Yes, and
She
please
is a
go
star at
to
work.
when this comes out on Monday, like go to the Facebook group, post all your stuff
Mhm.
and your wedding photos, and
Yes, ma'am.
keep us posted on dolphin training and where you're at, so we can come and say hey.
Of course. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to have more friends from the internet.
They're the best.
Yes. This was
All right, we will
so
see
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Next week.
good. We're happy we're here. We'll see you next week.
Hooray.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.